I want to briefly update you on two initiatives, as well as be able to speak a little bit more about our climate investments. So earlier this month, we did open registration for our Catalyst Conference that we co-host with CalSTRS. This year, it will be held in Sacramento. If you want to put a save the date on your calendars, it'll be May 12th and 13th. We have capacity for about 800 registrations, and we are currently at 20% of that number. So still time to register, and I do expect that we will continue to have some pretty strong interest, and I'll keep you updated on our progress. This event pairs funders as well as those seeking to be funded, puts everyone together in a single location. The format from our last Catalyst event, we received very strong positive feedback about pairing up funders and those seeking to be funded in more like the speed dating style, to lack of a better term for that. Although the format is a bit different this year, it still really is to do the networking, giving access to people, express their innovation, teach them how to do pitches, and so we're really excited about offering that event again in May. Several of our emerging and diverse managers have expressed their concerns about organizations stepping away from commitments, and so the timing of this event I don't think could be any better. These commitments have been made by CalPERS and others and have always been made based on careful fiduciary review. We provide opportunities to our broader investor community, which will provide value to our 2.3 million members. Ours has always been about opportunity, has never been about preference. So I also mentioned last month that we launched a new recruitment campaign with advertising in the Sacramento, Bay Area, and Los Angeles markets. Hopefully, as you've driven on some of our freeways or highways around Sacramento or the Bay Area or Los Angeles, you've seen some of our team members on these billboards. Team members who very confidently and proudly are expressing their views of working at CalPERS and CalPERS being an employer of choice. While the campaign has only been running for about 3 weeks, early results show that it is driving traffic to our website and our career landing page. We had more than 153,000 sessions on our website, with about half of those visitors spending time with the information we make available about job opportunities and resources. The campaign will run through the end of May, so we should have more meaningful results for you in the next couple of months. I thought I would share some of the key recruitment messages and some of the associated branding that we put in. So I'll talk about 4 of the areas. One is we put a healthy focus on equity that really highlights the health equity work that the health program is doing. Inclusivity is key to our investment strategy. Inclusivity is in our DNA, and building better together. So hopefully you will have an opportunity to see more of those. If not, I will spend a little bit more of my time in April going through the campaign, going through the DEI framework and the associated results over the last 12 months. So on climate, so this will be my main focus. It is a topic that captured much of the public comment, or some of the public comment on Monday. We certainly had a lot of public comment yesterday as well. During Monday's meeting of the investment committee, that's really climate change and our investment thesis in responding to climate changes. As you may remember, 1 year ago, our colleague, Michael Cohen, was selected to serve as the chair of the Climate Action 100 Plus Committee, an organization that CalPERS helped create, and we remain committed to helping it succeed. Climate Action 100 Plus selects a new steering committee chair every 12 months, and Michael's last duties in the role will take place this week. I want to begin by thanking him for his work in representing CalPERS and our investment beliefs. It hasn't been an easy year. Climate Action 100 Plus has found itself battered by the crosswinds of partisan politics. On several occasions, critics overlooked clear, consistent guidance that the organization's signatories act independently. Under Michael's leadership, Climate Action 100 Plus reaffirmed its focus on seeking consensus, and it prioritized dialogue with companies built on the organization's founding principles of transparency, engagement, and cooperation in identifying climate risks and getting consistent transparency from the companies where we invest. Working together, Climate Action 100 Plus can help investors like CalPERS identify those new opportunities for financing the energy transition. And that effort is exactly what members of the public told us they wanted when they showed up here on Monday to talk about climate change. So just a moment to thank Michael Cohen. He will remain a part of the steering committee, but will step down as its chair. So we did hear loud and clear this week from members of the public urging CalPERS to find those new climate investing opportunities and to shed some of the assets on which we rely now. I can assure those who speak up, we did hear you and we share your goals. But it's how we achieve those goals where we might take issue with some of what was said. Addressing climate change is an imperative, but so too is the fiduciary duty of CalPERS. And that duty requires a diversified portfolio that can provide retirement benefits far into the future. We believe that a pro-investing approach to climate change means more than just betting on today's green companies. It means investing in technology that might, for now, be an up-and-coming side project for a company. 2 weeks ago, a new activist group in California did publish a report that took issue with CalPERS' efforts to define and track our pro-climate investments. But there's no single standard for doing that, and I'll come back to that issue in just a moment. First, however, let's remember that our $100 billion climate action plan is a pro-investment plan. It is not a divestment plan. Divestment would put symbolism over substance. It would mean placing arbitrary goals above the opportunity to help finance nothing short of a global energy transformation. It would also mean fewer investment opportunities, less diversification, and a high-stakes gamble for millions of California public sector workers and the employers who contribute to their retirement. A good investor places their money in what's going to grow, what has the potential to produce competitive returns. But you wouldn't know that by the report that was issued 2 weeks ago, a report with several faulty conclusions that were accepted as fact by Bloomberg News. The accusation was that CalPERS thinks oil drilling is a climate solution. But the report's authors know that's not really true. For almost 2 years, our team has been consulting with outside analysts on how to best count our baseline investments in pro-climate technologies. Some of that technology is being developed by traditional energy companies in which we invest, and we believe it's reasonable to assign an investment value to that technology. But the report promoted in newspapers across the state by the Bloomberg article treated our effort as nothing short of an effort to mislead our members and our stakeholders. Almost no attention was given to the very small role those legacy energy companies play in our climate solutions, and specifically the climate calculation on current investments. In the case of one company cited by the report, no one pointed out that we've only counted $29,000 of the investment in our $53 billion of baseline climate solutions. It's hard to call that kind of omission a mistake. As we know, context does matter. What we need more discussion about, and what CalPERS has long sought, is consistency in defining climate solutions. Our work has passed muster with a variety of independent analysts. Our methodologies are science-based and carefully applied. And as I said last year, we are committed to continual improvement. Our plan sets out an agenda through the end of 2030, and we agree there's a lot of work to be done. We welcome conversation, and we believe in transparency, but we also believe in setting the record straight and ensuring that our investments can fulfill the retirement promises made to our members. And that does conclude my report, President Taylor, and I'm happy to take questions.